All right, everybody. So Paul here with OK to Farm. As always, if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. You can find me at OK to Farm on Facebook or OK to Farm on YouTube. Today, we're going to talk about soil selection. So I have a couple of examples here, and I'm doing this video for a very specific reason. I've failed at this. So 2 years in a row, I've gone to the local hardware store to buy some soil to start seeds indoors in these planting trays, which you can find all over the place. And I bought the wrong thing and had to go back and buy something different. And so what I found is that wording is really important. So, and the reason why is because the quality of the soil and how the composition makes a big difference when you're trying to plant in small trays versus if you're using a big planter. And so what I mean by that is you've got an example here where this is the wrong stuff, right? So it's got big chunks of kind of wood in it, right? And this is great for drainage. It's great to hold water in the soil. And it is really good to grow in. But when you're planting in these small trays, that wood, all those chunks of wood they get caught up in it. It also doesn't compact really well. And as your plant starts to grow and it's pushing those roots out into the ground, into that soil, what you want it to do, just like if you've ever bought a plant from the store, there's a nice tight root ball in there that holds that soil together. So when you pull that plant out of the tray, the roots all stay together and the soil stays together, and it has this nice compact little cube that comes out. In soil like this, which I have an example here, it's really loose, and there's just a lot of wood and fiber in it, and the roots can't hold that all together. So it just doesn't work really well. So what you want to do is get this, and so this has got a lot of peat moss in it. It's got some vermiculite in there to hold the moisture. The roots can really wrap around this and create a good environment where they can draw the nutrition out of there. They can get all the nitrogen and everything that they need to grow. So that's what you really want to have. And what we're going to do today is we're going to create an example. I'm going to show you how to fill these trays, and I'm going to show you the difference in the right soil and the wrong soil. So we've got an empty tray here, and I've already got a bunch of this potting soil in this tray. So it's pretty simple. All you got to do is just transfer it over, and get a good even fill in all of the trays, all of the cavities. And it's not an exact science. You can kind of get messy, clean it up a little bit later. And then once you get everything full, you just want to go through and just kind of don't compact it really tight, but you want to have a little bit of firmness to it, something for those roots to kind of grab hold and make a home out of. So I just kind of use 2 fingers and poke it in there a little bit, and just get a little bit of compaction, nothing too crazy. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. One of the things that I think you learn over time is that plants are really resilient. You think about it, we kind of start to think that you have to make this perfect environment for these seeds. But the reality is that nature has been in existence for a really long time. If you look at weeds and other plants that grow outside, they don't have a perfect environment, and they still make do. And in fact, for some of us who deal with weeds a lot, you kind of wonder how on earth they survive the way they do. Because you can punish a seed all day long and it's going to keep coming back. Well, in most cases, the stuff that you want to grow is the same way. So don't sweat about having it be perfect. There are things that you can do to make it a little bit better, to have a little bit better success, but it doesn't have to be perfect. So once you get that compacted in, just go through and brush off the excess. Make sure that you have a good full cup for each one of these. And then you're good. Now, if you want to contrast to what I talked about before with the types of soil, you can see in here, right? So it's nice and firm. There's the soil is holding together. In the stuff that the other things that you can buy that has that high wood content and a lot of the wood chips and mulch in it, it doesn't stick together nearly as well. And if you try to pop one of these out, this has been here all year long. You try to pop one of these out and it just crumbles. So imagine if you had a plant in there and you're trying to pull that little seedling out. This is all going to crumble, and all you're going to do is pull the roots themselves out with no soil. Now, plant could survive that, especially if you get it into some good quality dirt right away, but you're really starting it off on the wrong foot, and that plant's going to have to spend a lot of time reestablishing its root structure before it starts growing and turning into whatever it is that you want it to be, tomatoes, cucumbers, whatever. So pick the right soil, plant your seeds, and then once you get them in there, they'll take off, the roots will be happy, and you'll have a lot better success. So like I said before, guys, Paul with OK to Farm. You can find me on OK to Farm on YouTube and Facebook. Look me up, like, and subscribe. Thanks.